I'm seeing a common theme the past 2 days of constantly trying to call the bottom, buy the dip, call the bottoms. And although obviously that is a smart play most of the time, you've got to be smart about it. Don't go blindly buying the dip because you're going to get destroyed if you continue to do that kind of stuff when the markets finally capitulate. This is set up for a capitulation event. So we'll see what happens here. Right side of the V is exactly right. Just make sure you're playing high volume bottom wicks, hopefully at a very high level. We had a good bounce here at the 700 level, which was last week's lows. So that had location with volume with a bottom wick. So we had a decent 3C long scalp there this morning. That's obviously in the process of breaking down. So once that breaks down, you can't apply the same location strength to that. And we're dropping back off. Do not care what happens from here. Nice. Nice. Hey, wrap it up, 2Dub. You are done for the day. I will ban you from the server if I see you trading again. Good job. Congratulations. What is capitulation? Capitulation is a fancy word for giving up. When bulls capitulate, that means they're done trying to buy the dip and go along. They sell everything. When sellers capitulate, they finally forget about trying to short and they start going long, and there you go. It's usually a big squeeze. So it's a fancy term for giving up. Closing all positions. Scorched earth. A little bit of red here still coming over. What's up, Damien? Good morning. How'd things go with the wife? Heavy red. Dropping back over, baby. Dropping back over. Even gold. Getting wrecked. Getting wrecked. Beautiful stuff, man. It's beautiful stuff. 24,651. Gold's coming all the way down. New testing lows for gold. After that, it's going to be the 40-20 zone for gold. So they've given out all major supports right here. All the way down. Markets are deeply red. Tesla's down 4.5%. All of tech is down at least 1%, with exception to Microsoft. Nvidia is down 3.5%. So all of tech is getting destroyed. VIX is up another 14% after being up 20% yesterday for a 23 mark. This is the point, and keep a close eye on the VIX. This is the point where we have a cycle. So right here, if the markets bounce and VIX rolls over, this is where it happens, right about here. If it takes this level, then I would say we're going to see at least a 30 VIX, and the markets will continue to drop, and we'll have a true selling event. So just keep an eye on things here. This is where the VIX cycles. What's up, YouTube? How's it going? We have put selling, call buying here at the open, so I do expect some sort of a bounce here to take some profits, but you never know. Of course, right side of the V. 30 VIX, those premiums are going to be juiced. They are going to be juiced. Like Sammy Sosa in 1998, baby. Sammy Sosa in 1998. Let's go. We got 24.63. NASDAQ is bouncing back up. Gold is plummeting. What's up, Sam? How you doing? Will, good morning. A little bit of a bounce-a-roni here. Gold's putting on a decent bounce. Right about here. Magabaguli, good morning. High volume 3C bounce on gold right here. 40.4. NASDAQ is still down. I saw a $26,000 Bitcoin prediction the other day alongside a 3,600 gold. That's pretty aggressive. That's very aggressive. Gold's beautiful bounce. We have 220 million of sold puts. They are selling tons of puts right here. 500 million in calls purchased. So I do expect a bounce at some point today, this morning. You just got to be smart about it. Gold's already putting on a beautiful 3C bounce right here. And going. Still going. Beautiful. High volume, bottom wick, higher high at 40.40. Up we go. I've shown you all the script. All you have to do is hit the buttons. NASDAQ is bouncing here too. Aggressive put, selling, call, buying. NASDAQ is not as clear as gold. Gold was crystal clear. NASDAQ, not quite. although the option chain is very supportive of a bounce here. Big old bounces right here. Already 100 points up on NASDAQ. Already up 100 points on NASDAQ. There we go, 726 and going. NASDAQ launching. Gold freaking launching. Days made already. Booyah. Look at that. Look at that. Holy smokerinos. Look at that amount of put buying, call selling. Bazinga. That was a reversal if I've ever seen one. Aggressive options were showing. Put selling, call buying. That was nothing but buy the dip, baby. Nothing but buy the dip. Right at the open. I love it. What's up, YouTube? Man, we're having a good Friday already. Fry-yay, baby. Fry-yay. Still going. NASDAQ. Lizard. 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 Amazing stuff. Now, what drives the price action from here? I bet this is going to continue to go up a little more. Reason being is that everyone's still in short the mode, and they're going to try to short every green. So they're going to pop this up just like they have. People are going to try to short this move, and they're going to drive it down their greedy throats. I'd probably look for maybe 820, 840 before they at least even consider trying to top wick this. So you have to think about not necessarily what you want to see. It's what everyone else is trying to do or stuck in positions. Liquidity. I was scared to death of it this morning. That's why I wasn't even trying to play around. No, you made 100% the right decision. My question to you, Farmer Jabroni, is what else do you want? Someone walks up to you and hands you, what did you make, 400% on that trade? Someone walks up to you and hands you the equivalent of whatever dollar amount you made for 400%. Are you going to say, I want more, that's not enough? I need more? No, you're going to say, thank you very much. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day. Trick question. What's up, Street Salsa? Closed my NDX PCS way too early. Man, you're playing. You are big boy pants. Big boy pants with NDX PCS. It's more than I ever hoped. Well, good. You made the exact right decision of closing that baby right at the open. Man, what a freaking bounce across the board. Gold, beautiful, high volume 3C. Gold continues to put on extremely clear 3C plays. NASDAQ up here just took out 800. I was looking for about 820 before they even start to bring back the pressure. Still may get there. 700 calls, 190 million puts sold. Got extremely unlucky, make no mistake. Could have had it gone the other way. Still mad about. Okay, well, here you go. Use this opportunity to begin the abundance style thinking instead of the negative style thinking. Because you can no longer say, well, every time I take a trade, it goes against me, because you just had a banger of a trade. So I'm going to call you out on it next time you get too negative. $24,800. NASDAQ still going. No sign of 3C top wicks just yet. Just yet. Gold is freaking flying, baby. Freaking flying. What a freaking move that was. Love it. I just made money in the doctor's lobby. Yeah, buddy. 25,000 is building. What do I suggest? We have a data latency spike. It is. It's still very, very small, but it is the biggest level on the chart. Look, let's zoom out a little bit on NASDAQ. What do we have? Obviously, we are dealing with Friday, November 7th. That was the last week's low on Friday. We just tapped it and gave it a little bounce-a-roo. After this, you see that all in this area here from October 10th until October 17th, we bounced right here at 700 multiple times. You see 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess y'all are still on Bookmap. Let me switch over. Change stream. Volume analysis. Yeah, so right here you see all of this. You see all of these bounces right here. So this is a significant area with wicks. When a move puts in a heavily wicked area like this, that boom screams liquidity. Wicks are the strongest of the group because The price action cannot get the price to close in that area, so it represents itself with a wick on the price action. So that tells you that's an incredibly strong area. That's an incredibly strong liquidity zone. And we have multiple right here at 700 that couldn't close. So that tells me there's a tremendous amount of liquidity here. If this gives out, next target is going to be 430 on NASDAQ. And we bounced right off here, and we already have a massive 15-minute hammer candle. In fact, the strongest hammer candle in a long time on the 15-minute chart. I hit puts instead of calls. I'll take a triple order jabroni with a side of bacon. Yeah, buddy. Still going. I purposely trade with PDT rules. Oh man, the thing is still going. 820 just got breached. Think about what the market is doing right now, and you can learn to play this stuff right now. Think about what the market's doing. Everyone wants to go short. Everyone wants to short the green candle because they wake up, they miss the overnight action. They're like, "Holy crap, I'm FOMOing. I wish I would have taken a put like Farmer Jabroni over here." So instead, I'm just going to short the open, baby. What happens? Big green candle. People try to short 820, and then we blast even higher. So you cannot short after they overnight move until they give you the sign to do it. How much you want to bet they undo every bit of this green and put in a new low too? Because everyone's going to start to go long eventually. They'll spike the buyers, they'll capitulate, and then they'll put in a new low. Eventually, you just got to be smart. 632 million calls, 300 million puts sold. Sweeping top wing. And down we go. Down we go. Rhythmic is the same. Yeah, there is a lot of latency on the rhythmic, so be careful. Order stack in 25K. It's still very light, but yes, they are beginning to build a 25,000 position. NASDAQ is up there. ES still has 66, 65, 66.50. Let's take a look at Trace. Too bad Agnostic left right when this started. I bet he would have been having fun. I'm sure he's doing good. It's not even 9:45 yet. Yep. Poor guy. No, he didn't get rattled. He always it was the end of his month. So he always signs up every couple of months. He signs up for 1 month and then he leaves, which is that's what he does. So he'll be back eventually. I'm sure he's doing great today. This might be a dumb question, but if everyone is waking up placing shorts, why is it spiking up? Short squeeze. So I don't mean institutions are waking up shorting. I mean retail jabronis. All the liquidity is waking up trying to chase this price action. Institutions put on a little bit of up pressure, and then boom, up we go, taking profit, closing shorts, buying longs, buying calls. Obviously, the 0DTE show a tremendous amount of call buying. And out we go. This is a test of my trailing stop skills. I'm in at 66.78 on S&P. Beautiful. All right, so let's talk about this, Jonathan. Where would you place your stop if you're in at 66.78? You're in about 8 points off the low, which is fantastic, and you are now up about 30 points. Fantastic. So you want to put on a stop that's smart, that's calculated, that's going to risk giving back some profit so you could see if you could benefit for another move up. But you don't want to put your stop on a place where you give back too much profit, where you're hoping for a reversal in the event that it top wicks. So you have all this structure here. We have this 6,700 breach that we've already breached, which works out in your benefit. After this, we're going up to 66.15. If you look at the 50 Fibonacci, we're way, way up there. The overnight level Fibonacci is looking at 66.20. So you got a couple of different targets to look for here. But if it takes out this one, you could set your your stop loss about 66.95. That'll lock in about 20 points for you. That'll be under the POC for the 15-minute. And let's see if this move can go. Right now, no shorting. This thing is still going. Everyone's trying to short because of what happened this weekend. So think smart. Think like a trader, not like a retail. There you go. Beautiful, Jonathan. So set it based on structure. They are starting to sell off some of the calls here. So this momentum may begin to fade here shortly. 632 million calls, 300 million puts sold. Sweeping top wing. 820. going to start to think about what to do here. I'm watching the 3Cs. I'm not going to chase this long here. I've already taken one position. I'm not going to chase this long. In fact, I'm going to start building for a potential short position here eventually when I see the signs. I think it's going to come out here. They're going to rocket this thing, and then they're going to fade it. They're going to shake everybody out. What more do you want? Exactly. Exactly. Y'all got any more with them shorts? We have 484 million calls, but they're selling some off. But they're selling the crap out of puts. 300 million. They went from 300 million purchased to 400 million sold. So that's a 700 million change right here and coming up. You traded before 945? I do. Yeah, I did. Position size, of course. I've said it all the time. If I ever trade before 945, position size comes way down. By principle, it always comes down. Macro situation. Yep. 880 coming up. Think they're pushing the green? I don't think they'll push the green. Of course, I could be wrong, but I think what they're going to do is, my gut feeling tells me they're going to smoke both sides of the tape this morning. I think right now they're going to smoke the shorts, and then eventually they'll smoke the people trying to chase the recovery. I could be wrong, of course. You know, we could have a VIX Crush Friday. That typically happens, which is why I'm keeping a close eye on the VIX. Yeah, something like that, Craig Chase, would be likely. No shorting until you get the sign. Right now, it's all upside, baby. They are selling puts like they're going out of style, but they're also selling back the calls. So we have 536 million of calls sold. This is what I'm looking at right here. Booyah. That blue line is going straight up, which means they are offloading puts like nobody's business. We're already up 260 points, going on 300 points. ES climbing 67.18. They're up 48 points. And just going, dude. Just freaking going. VIX is coming off just a touch. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Look at that. Still going. No volume spike, no 3C short, only long bias. Be smart. Right side of the V, baby. Going. Enter from a 602. Nice. No side of that V for me. That's right, 2-dub. That's right. Still going. 66.25 on the ES. 24. NASDAQ could fill the 991 up to 25,000 liquidity. But first, I need volume for anything. Right here, baby. Beautiful stuff. They are selling off calls here, so they're not buying calls, but they are selling puts. That's what makes me think is that they're going to drive this thing higher and higher until they run out of steam, and then I think we'll start to punish the long chasers. That's still a fantastic play, Jonathan. There's nothing to be upset about. Remember, we're not here. Our goal as traders is not to catch the entire move. It's to catch a good, healthy portion of the move. That's it. Just be smart. That's all. A little bit of top wick. And you're out. Nice, Dan. A little bit of volume coming in here. A little bit of volume. Let's go to the 5. Man, they're selling the crap. They are not buying calls. This is not a call buyer rally. That's why I think that eventually they're going to run out of steam. We have 184 million of calls, and they sold off everything. The puts, though, they are still selling puts like crazy. Like freaking crazy. Had 2 days of being stopped out for losses. Tato was a good win. Nice. Same for me. I figured if they last 2 days, might as well today. Well, it's also Friday, man. You know, don't ruin your weekend by being a jabroni. There's plenty of movement here. Just be patient and you'll grab it. The good thing about days like today is that when you are patient, the moves seem to become pretty evident. When do we start getting data? I don't know. I think Trump is supposed to sign it today, if I remember right. But I don't know. They haven't posted when actually we'll start getting data. Nasdaq is still bottom wicking. Still no 3Cs anywhere. Had a great start for my Friday. Made up emotions today, but not for losses. That's all right. No such thing as emotions in trading. Ooh, bottom wick higher. Nasdaq going. Blastaroni, baby. Blastaroni. Almost 900 million in puts sold. 900 million puts sold. Still going. 936. Nice juice box. No shame in a green day. Heck yeah, 930. We're now up 300 points at the open. What a hammer candle this is. Booyah. The biggest 30-minute green candle we've had in I don't know how long. Maybe the 30th? Just an absolute monster. Over here, maybe the 5th, November 5th, that one matches. What a phenomenal candle. RTY is blasting. The Dow got wrecked. Gold, little top tick back over. Nope, I was looking at the wrong name. Gold's still flying. Nasdaq is 930. No sign of stopping here. I would probably guess 25,000 is going to be on the books for Nasdaq. And it's just going, man. Freaking going. Wow. I'm the jabroni. Will you explain the 3 C's to me? Yeah, 3 C's stand for the 3 criteria. It's the mechanism on which I used to trade. The first criteria is volume. Second criteria is wick. Third criteria is price action. So, I'm looking for a heavy amount of volume to tell me that sentiment may be changing, which right now we got none. It's just nothing but sustained volume and blast off into the sky, man, because this thing is going. We certainly don't have any top wicks, so right now it's nothing but long bias. Look, 940 straight up. We haven't even touched trend line yet. It's just going. We have 900 million in sold puts. So, my system is based on activity, which is volume wick. Those two together tells me a high degree of activity. Blasting, still going. Still going. Wow. That alone right there was a 100.5-minute candle. Look at that. From 860 to 960. 5-minute candle, 100 points. Wow. What a move. Heard, I just had you say the 3 C's more than I used to VPA with volume. Well, 3 C's is VPA. It's just a way for me to define the VPA in a way that's easily consumable. But all the 3C does is explain the VPA concepts in a very short format. NVIDIA is just going. They just reversed a 3.5% sell-off into now a 0.06% gain. Absolute monster move. Buying the dip, baby. Nasdaq is 940, still no top wick, still no volume. They are selling off calls, though. They are not buying calls in the S&P here. Top step tilt is 80% long. I don't think I've ever seen it that long before. Wow. 950, once it takes this out, I'd say we're going to 25,000. Straight up. Still sit on my hands. There you go. Still going, baby. ES is 67.20. 966 million. They're closing puts, which changes the gamma structure of the market. Still going. Blast. Until they stop selling these puts, this ain't going to stop. Still going. 954. Don't short this market. Do not short this market. Not yet. Still sitting on your hands. Nice, nice, nice. 1.1 billion puts sold. They're offloading every single put they can find. It's like fire sale, baby. Sell them. Sell them all. Do I trade SVXY with these moves? I don't. What chart am I looking at? What you're seeing here, I'm going back and forth between ES and NASDAQ. Top left is bookmap, bottom left is spot gamma hero options data. 24,960 on NASDAQ, straight up. The biggest move we've had in weeks. Feels like a put buying today, but not yet, but when the time is right. Well, unless the options data changes, I would agree with that. I think they're going to absolutely squeeze everybody, and they're going to squeeze them until the point where sellers capitulate and they start long in the top. People start chasing the long side, and then they dump it. But they've got to get that process done first, and they're not done yet. This is still too obvious it's going. 957, still going. There's zero volume spike. You see this right here? There's zero volume spikes. It's down. Until you see a volume spike here, no shorting. No shorting. That's what I'm looking for. The biggest bounce in weeks. Don't short the freight train. Two weeks. I didn't see the trade off the low on NASDAQ. The low candle on NASDAQ was 933. It wasn't really a bottom wick high volume. We take it out. I was trading gold off the long, not NASDAQ, but I did end up eventually. But the highest volume candle on NASDAQ was right here at the 937 candle, which didn't come until the move was already bounced. So it wasn't that clear of a 3C for NASDAQ. It was more of a momentum play, open, and then off she went. So don't kick yourself for not getting in at the exact bottom on NASDAQ. But there was a lot of sentiment for momentum here. The theory of too much too fast overnight, quick move out of the gate, and then bottom wick. Number two, the option data is not supportive of dropping; it's supportive of up. Although they're about to break into call selling territory here, now that they're using this opportunity to sell calls, there's a phenomenal amount of put selling, which shows the positive gamma market here, where they're going to buy the dip and go higher. It's just changing the way they do things here. And now they're about to go 970 to go even higher to 25,000. There's not a single strength on the sell side yet. Not yet. Just be patient. I do think they're going to retrace a good deal of this, but you've got to wait for it. Be smart. The 956 candle is not a high volume candle. I mean, it's higher, but it's not enough to get it to jump off the page for me. It could be. So since that volume is not incredibly high and it's not clear, then I need to make sure I see a lower low. So for me, 24,934 will get me thinking of a possibility of a downside on the 1 minute. If you come to the 5 minute, we'll be looking for a little bit lower at about 924. But overall here, it's very difficult for me to want to short when there's this much put selling. Now, it does help that there's no call buying. That helps, but I want to be patient. I want to be patient. Still coming off. Is it possible that the option chain selling puts and calls is just long options getting out due to incredible 38? Yes, 100%. So a lot of people, just juicing the premiums, squeezing the orange, so to speak. Was it better to watch SPY or SPX? Well, do not watch for volume. Do not watch SPX. There is no volume on SPX because it's an options index. It's not an index. It's not a futures. So trade SPY if you're looking for volume. All right, another top wick back over. We got the 3C forming right here. We'll see what we can get. They're selling the crap out of calls too. And that's what's getting me thinking that we could have a sell back here, but we got to be patient with it. Nice little engulfing red beginning to form under 923. The support resistance levels by David Hamilton and training with the only person to guess what couldn't play it. Gold is retesting. NASDAQ is piling in 25075. And I still keep getting aggregate data delays too. We are now in negative call territory. So they're not buying calls here. We are 42 million sold calls. Thank you. Opposite move last Friday would be crazy. You know it, buddy. You know it. Just be smart. Just be smart. I am going to be looking for a short position, but I want to be very delicate with it. Squeeze the juice. Woke up, had coffee, went to Lowe's, changed an outlet, got here. What do you guys do? Nice. Changed an outlet, baby. Yeah, buddy. I just bought a chest freezer off of from Home Depot for the new deer this season. Couldn't get the 5-minute close, so no position. Couldn't get it. We had the slight amount of volume tick. We had our movement below 930, but we can't get the close. Black Friday deals on computers. Yeah. Still bottom wicking. They're still selling calls. Be patient. I don't want to say I told you so. Don't make me say I told you so. Look at that. That's what I'm trying to get right there. Nice. This year we are going to try to do deer tallow for skin products. Never done deer tallow. I've never rendered deer tallow before, but we're going to do it this year. Speaking of home depot, our kitchen sink is clogged, and I've been trying to rent a drain snake from them for 3 weeks now. They never have one available. It's making me mad. Uh-oh. Just you might be able to try to find it. Go to Google and just type in snake my drain and see what results you get. I'm sure you can find someone to be able to help you out with that problem. All right, a little bit of red here. Are we going to get it? This is the point of no return right here. Well, I guess some return. They're selling the crap out of calls. They're buying back some puts. Maybe we can get a retracement. So if they do retrace, we will target about 800 first, and then we'll go from there. If they can get it to close another, we need a 3C signal first. NASDAQ. There, ES has 67.10. Why would this not be an area to short? It might be, but we have to be careful because NASDAQ has a couple of pivot points up here. Now, it's not looking all that great for more upside yet, but it's, you don't want to jump in front of a freight train here because we just went through a phenomenal amount of selling the past 2 days, and we are due for a relief bounce, which looks like they're about to do it. There's another move up, 960. What you got? SPWell is now up 13 million in 2 days. They more than doubled their money since the exact high before the drop. Nice. New high of the day for NASDAQ, still going. Still going. Absolute launch mode trend. Absolute launch mode trend. Nice sweeping top wick. There it goes. Is this it? Was that the liquidity sweep to get us down? I think so. That looks like it at least. Maybe. Maybe. Man, they're buying back puts and selling calls. What's with the volume like? So we have a volume spike on that candle with a sweeping top wick. So the 3Cs setup is beginning to show signs of some profit taking approaching. Just be patient. If this candle closes, I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. Right here. Risk it for the biscuit. Top wick 924. Num 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 num. Pa, 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 pa. Haggett tell me don't trade, then go risk the biscuit. Because I'm waiting for a good R&R play here. I think this is going to be it. And that's what I'm waiting on. Right here. That was a textbook liquidity sweep. They're buying puts, selling calls. We have a 3C set up here. They are not buying calls here. They're selling a ton of calls. They just sold off $1 billion worth of calls here. So I'm just waiting my turn. I've already taken my long position, and I'm going to play my gut feeling here. Just got to be smart. What's your trigger to get in? I want a lower close. Right now, they're just consolidating. Look at the 1 minute. Back and forth here from 907, so they're in this consolidation zone. We have a setup for liquidity sweep right here. That's a high volume sweep. That meets all the technical definitions of a liquidity sweep, but we need a lower close. Right now, the sellers aren't strong enough to get low. But look at the volume profile too. All the volume is coming in on this node, which shows that we've hit some sort of supply. We just have to show that there's more sellers here than buyers. If they were buying a crap ton of calls, I wouldn't even be considering a short position right now. But they're selling calls, not buying. The buying of calls could change. Yeah, it could change quickly. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Nope, I don't want that. VIX right now is still holding 2168. They're not dropping the VIX. They had one small temporary retracement, and then that's it. So we'll see. There's another top wick right here. Another sweeping top wick. Let's see what happens. Right under the 915. Let's go to the 5. Another building position. 145 million calls sold, 761 million puts, 24,908. Just be patient. Don't let me skew what you want to do. Y'all do what you want to do. Y'all do what you want to do. I'm just telling y'all what I want to do. I've been telling y'all what I want to do. $894. 190 million calls sold, still dropping. 897. Dropping. I'm shorting 672, 675 if we see rejection around that area. Nice. We're starting to get a liquidity sweep move down. Here comes 6711 on the S&P. Right here. Here's 880. First target's going to be 800. 50% Fibonacci. Just to see what they do. I don't like calling it Fibonacci, but yeah. All right, so far so good, right? 880. We waited for the break. We called out this is the value of the spot gamma hero right here. I would if they were slamming the 0DT calls, I would never be looking to short a move like this. But now, my gut feeling was massive green to shake out the shorts and then give it back. Now, I don't know if they're going to give it back. This is a healthy candle. So far, we're already down 100 points. This is beautiful. Maybe I'm right and we go all the way down. If we do, then Daddy's going to get paid. Daddy is going to get paid. Where's my money? Give me my money. What program am I using to see the amount of calls? I am using something called Spot Gamma. It's an options chain analytic tool that measures a whole bunch of different metrics, including the options flow with calls and puts. And what you're seeing on the bottom left is that hero indicator. Green line you're seeing there is calls, which is down, which means they are selling calls. The blue line going up is puts, which means they are selling puts. So this is an option seller's day, which is no surprise with the amount of IV that we have here with premiums. It's a perfect day to sell options. 865 still going down. Just hit my goal on my second Express account, calling it a day. Nice options, Noob. You're killing it, buddy. Was that 5 for 5 this week? Nice, Craig. Well done, buddy. Man, you got a better entry than I did. Still going 866. Now, I'm not even going to get excited about anything until we hit the 50 Fibonacci at least, because that'll show strength. If we can capture at least half the move, that'll show strength. Now, they're buying back. They're selling off calls. They're chilling. They're not really buying puts, but they're selling calls aggressively. So I think we could get to 800, at which point this will be a pretty rewarding position. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch. Speaking of chickens, I'm having a big... Anyone have chickens here? Well-versed with like a lot of chickens? I'm having a problem. My eggs smell fishy. And I think it's the feed. From what I've researched, it looks like the feed has too much omega-3s in it, because all of our eggs smell like fish. And it's no bueno. No bueno. It sounds hard. It is. It is terrible. Like I make scrambled eggs, I feel like I'm making scrambled fish. It's terrible. Surf and turf, yeah. They're from what I've read, they're safe to eat. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just chickens don't have the ability to process too much omega-3, so if there's too much in the feed, it's no bueno. Big old bounce, 100-point bounce on NASDAQ, back up. 174 million calls sold. Okay, in case, I don't know what that is. What kind of feed am I using? We are using a organic feed that's got no soy, nothing else like that in it, but it has this one ingredient that does have a lot of omega-3 in it. So we went with another feed that doesn't have it, We just fixed it. It's supposed to take like 2 weeks to clear up. Yeah, we mixed with red pepper flakes. Yep. Caught 45 points on that bounce. Nice liner. Where'd you get in? Where'd you enter? 86. Oh, you mean you caught this bounce right here? Or not the initial bounce, or this one green candle here? How'd you determine entry? Just curious. I kind of want to swing puts on MSTR this weekend. Yeah. More bugs free. Yeah, they're free range. They are free range. About to put a new high of the day, obviously. And that will shut down on my short bias there. So closed out of that position. Didn't get nearly the profit I wanted to, but that's 2 trades for me, and I'm pretty much going to wrap it up. I don't like aggressive put selling, call, selling rocket ships. So until I see something, I'm on pause. I figured I'd have to break over 80 looking for those bottom wicks. It's going to have to break back north, so I'll put a limit down there. Nice. That was a low volume top wick. So very well. Nice. Didn't see it. I didn't see it, but it still pays, right? I just got that green bounce off 200. Nice. 200 with it. Nasdaq was. Oh, you're talking about the EMA. Y'all kill me with your EMAs. How's Hero? We have 836 million puts sold and 31 million calls sold. So there's no buying here on the options. Fitted growth hormone related hormone. I'll take a look at it. It's terrible when 30 points is considered bad on this day. I saw that tweet last night from ICT about volume profile being useless. Yep. Yeah, I don't understand it. I truly don't understand. I mean, I've seen a lot of clowns in the X space on the Twitter world or in trading world, but I honestly don't understand how that guy has 1 million followers. I don't understand how he has a cult following. He could say stuff like that. Doesn't make sense to me, but hey, to each his own. Aggressive top wick, Nasdaq. We are just basing back and forth here. I've been meaning to ask, do you still day trade your personal account? Yep. Yep. So what I'm doing here, all of my 80% of my payouts go directly into my IBKR on Top Step and TPT, and I'm building all that to go into TLT or just put on some general options trades. It's like that one guy said he developed a very strict set of rules for traders can follow that resonate with him for some reason. Yeah. Rangy vibes, honestly, I've been doing that a lot where I put my buyer soda further in the direction because I'm assuming that to tag out a strong move. No, it's okay. I mean, it's great. I like it. I like it. Play the range, baby. How long was it until you started turning a profit steadily? I'm only 2 months into the trading journey. I can't tell if I really suck. It's going to take you a long time, Zach, and don't let me. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but be prepared for a long road of destruction, at least temporarily. It's just the market is ever changing, and you have to realize when we are dealing on short-term trades like this, the market is inherently unpredictable. There's just you could do everything right, and still the market is going to do what it wants to do. And because of that, it's one of the reasons why I tell you all the stuff we talk about, small position sizing and then trade less. You do not want to expose yourself to this market because it's inherently erratic, it's inherently unpredictable. So when I tell you all, if you have a green trade to lock it up, I honestly mean it. And I know that from a fact because I am good enough as a trader to be dangerous to myself. I'm not the best. I probably wouldn't do that well on Wall Street because whenever I size up, I get creamed. And it's because I am good enough to think I could put on 10 green trades in a row and make a great amount of money. And I'm thinking in my mind, well, I'm so good that if I put on 2 more trades, that I can make even more money. And then I get creamed. So when I tell you all is that do yourself a favor and lock it up, lock it up. I'm not just trying to be cliche here. I give you all my lessons learned. I give you all the lessons that I've learned from the DMs that I've gotten from people. So understand that the market is inherently unpredictable on the short-term scale. Because it is, that's why it's the most difficult thing you could possibly do in trading. Get your 1 trade in and be done. 2 trades, be done. And be patient. Don't chase every single candle. Don't chase the wick follow through. Just play the setup. The 3 C's that I've given you are a reduction in everything I've learned the past 15 years. It took me 3 years not to want to climb to the highest building I could find and jump. 3 years. And that's to the point where I could finally begin to put on some sort of consistent trading. And that's even then it took me a while to become consistently generating profits. It's just that was consistency where I could start to right the ship. If you have any kind of gambling streak in you, will be exposed. I promise you that. Yep. If they sell of the puts is larger than selling of calls, does that mean we're not taking the pressure off because they're both selling? Most likely, yes. I mean that's I would say that's a fair statement. Yep. 3 trades, 2 wins and a loss, 2.5 daily profit bet done for the day. Nice, Damien. Lock it up, buddy. Whoever asked how long it'll take to be profitable, it took me 5 years and 7 to be reliable for pride for the family. Lots of depression, doubts, losses, lost under just 100K learning how to trade. Yep. Yep. I love it. If I double down, I only have to make up half them. Yep. That's exactly right. You have to have a healthy fear of the market too. And you have to understand that this is unpredictable. It's going to shake out. But if you zoom out and just realize buy support, sell resistance, 3 C's, wait for volume, and just find one single move, that's all you need. How's the hero instructional video come along? It's pretty good. It's almost done. It's longer than I anticipated. It's like 40 minutes long. But it's going well. Yeah. Appreciate it. I was profitable from day one, never made a mistake. Sorry, guys. Or you could take a bunch of mushrooms, Chris, and be like, instead of candles, you see snakes slithering all over the chart. Red snakes is bad, green snakes is up. It's like, whoa. I'm going to buy this snake, man. Don't tempt me. $290 million calls sold. Idea for the OM retreat, shrooms and charts. Heck yeah, man. I don't know, man. I've heard terrible things about. Of course, I'm Chris. I'm sure Chris knows, but I've never done that stuff. But people having like psychotic breaks, and it's like their brain is foggy for the rest of their life after they take that stuff. I'm good. I'm good. Unplug from the matrix. Yeah. I did it at a retreat once, and it was an incredible experience. Honestly, really. In what way? I had the most amazing and also frightening trips. Missed those days, but also have moved on from them. Mushrooms are great for anxiety. They're not for the weak of mind. Interesting. Exactly, Kyle. Exactly. Big green coming up. Whoa. What a freaking move that was. Blasteroni. This looks like it's going higher. Sure does now. Yeah, look at that. New high of the day. Last time I did, I sat in a field staring at an oak tree for 3 hours. Introspection was able to open up a whole lot of locked up trauma from childhood and built a wall against. Highly recommended in the right setting. Interesting. That only happens if you take way too much, not on shrooms. Shrooms are actually very safe, light changing in a good way. Heck, send me some shrooms, baby. I'll make a little ragu sauce with them. Put them on some pasta fagioli over here. I guess not that kind of shrooms, huh? You can't reduce them down with some wine. Man, what a move that was. I don't know when to stop. How do you measure expected range? Often got reversed in the second trade. Mixing some fishy eggs. Yeah. Let's see. How do I know? You don't know when to stop. How do I measure the expected range? I look at liquidity zones. So when I'm looking at these moves, I'm going to looking at if it were to go, where is it likely to face? I don't want to say reject or bounce or sell off. Where is it going to face activity? So right here, we're coming up on yesterday's close. We've got the 15-minute volume profile node. We've got a whole bunch of activity that built structure in this market, 25.078. So the market is going to recapture some of its inventory here. I mean, we're already up, 500 points from the lows. I mean, this is an absolute phenomenal bounce. So you can't, I've already speculated on a short. I made a very little amount of money on it after the first long position. So for me, in my mind, what am I thinking? I'm thinking that if I want to take a third play, which I've got to have a dang good reason to start getting into the third and fourth trade realm for me. I don't like it, especially on a Friday. I don't want to get my PP slapped on Friday. So I'm looking for a very high confidence area. The next target here is going to be in the 25,000 block. Unless it's at the club, yeah. 100.5 minute candle. Yep. That was a massive candle. I had to cut them up and throw them in a bowl with M&Ms and just ate them with handfuls at a time. Did your grandparents ever eat pasta with homemade wine and sauce? Negative. I've never actually had. I've made homemade honey mead before, but I've never made homemade wine, nor my grandparents didn't. He had the Carlos Rossi. My grandfather, that's the one he drank. The big gallon bottle of Carlos Rossi wine. I remember my grandfather. He'd be sitting at the table with his wife beater, gold chain, bottle of Carlos Rossi, and some Italian bread. I had a buy order sit at the bottom of that curing candle. I missed it by a quarter point. That's all right. So if they start buying back calls, I mean, there could be a little bit of silliness here, but they haven't even begun to buy back any puts. It's still selling puts here. 25 100 liquidity. We've got VIX is still dropping to 21.25 from 23. We were up 14% on the VIX. We are now up only 6%, so they have dropped the VIX considerably. Big red candle. Jeez, man, these candles are crazy. You better have big boy pants on if you're going to be playing these candles. This is massive for NASDAQ. Massive. Here's a retest. Mine was a cheap of belief, and you give me the guns he quote unquote confiscated. Now that's a cool grandfather. Oh man. These are these are massive. I mean, I'm telling you, man, all you need is one good play to get these moves. Yeah, it's massive. My first 1 or 2 morning trades are good, then the market shenanigans meter kicks in. We have the edge. I guess lock up profits. Yeah, 100%. I rarely trade after 11:30 because of that exact metric right there. Things go erratic after that time frame, and you start dealing with a lot more variables. Because in the morning you've got a couple of different setups: the too much too fast bounce, the liquidity bounce, the liquidity rejection in the morning. There's a whole bunch of setups you can play. But after the 11 o'clock mark, you start getting into a lot more variables, a lot more unknowns, where you have to do very accurate analysis, and then all the stars have to align for you to put on consistent trades after that time frame. So lock it up. Forget the market exists after 11 o'clock unless there's certain things going on like FOMC or something going on in the afternoon. Unless it's gold. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm talking about NASDAQ and yes, but yeah, gold tends to put on a lot of clean volume. And then, of course, the 3 C's. You know, hammer the 3 C's. Do I ever play the 1445 I do sometimes, yes, but I only play those with options. So anytime I play the last 15, 30 minutes, it's on my IBKR because I'm playing options with those. If you want to get some massive gamma explosion, those are the time to do it. Now, obviously, I'm not playing big position sizing, but there's been a couple of times I've turned $500 into 5,000 simply because of those quick moves. I mean, you get 10, 15 points quickly on ES in the last 15 minutes, you're going to make 1,000%. Oh my gosh, I just created some gamblers in here. There we go. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it, buddy. Now that's obviously changed a little bit. That I made that back in 2021, 2022, where we were getting massive moves in the first half hour. I'm talking hundreds of points. So I trimmed it up a little bit to 945 because I still had an edge between 945. But it's still all the same concept there. The most important thing is to shut it down in the afternoon. Flagging for higher. Another green, high of the day, NASDAQ. If I have a good day, I'll play a small part of my earnings in the last 20 minutes of day options. Call them lotto tickets. There you go. I like it. I think that's great. Breaking out even more. We're coming up on 500 points. I think we actually already hit it. No, we already hit it. No, we didn't. 400 points. 400 points on NASDAQ. Gosh, I love trading. That means you need to shut it down, Lee. Whenever I see those type of messages, it's time to shut it down. If I have a good day, I'm going to Sizzler. There you go. I've gotten to the point in my career where I want to be as far away from this office as long as I can. Like, I don't love it or hate it. It's a job. It's making money. Very analytical, very high stress. You get what you can, and then you forget about it and move on. I'm up almost 4 figures. Oh, nice. Good for you. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't know you were up 4 figures. I'm locked out. I see this hitting 25088, but I'm not much more than a trade monkey at this point. That's okay. I took 2 payouts this week. I'm just not feeling it today. I'm going to watch till. There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. Just chill. I'm up 100 figures. I love it. Very impressive move. 70% of watch list now green. Yep, it's crazy. We're bouncing hard. Massive bounce. I was expecting a pretty strong bounce, but this is obviously incredibly strong. But they're not buying any puts, so they're still selling puts here. They're not buying any calls either, so I am surprised to see this move so strong without call buying. But whatever, it's happening. It's happening. I often get killed by volatility decay and long call puts. How to measure it? Well, it depends on what position you're trading. If you're getting killed by decay, then you're probably playing too close of expiration. If you're talking specifically volatility decay, not theta decay, so you're probably taking short expiration, high volatility products, which will get destroyed, especially on a move like this where premiums are getting deflated, VIX is coming off hard. You're gonna face an uphill battle. Not to mention you've thrown in the theta. Now you've got 2 uphill battles. So I would extend the expiration a little bit. This is obscene. I never understood what you meant by how analytical it was. I realized the days when I do well, regardless of the size of it. Yeah, 100%, 100%. That's why I want y'all to approach trading as if it's a career, not you don't love trading, you don't hate trading. I don't want you to get euphoric or depressed. It's a job, man, and you have to approach it from an analytical perspective as with a process, not a jabroni. This is not the casino. This is a career. I mean, I take great pride in the career because I've sweat for this, I've bled for this, and yeah. Most of the Wall Streeters are signaling Friday capitulation. Whew, wow, this is a crazy bounce. We're coming up on a 500-point move here on NASDAQ. Still going straight up. We're going right into all this liquidity here. So this is the major liquidity zone. If they take this out, man, it's going to be monster. But come on, this is crazy. Gold put on a bounce too, yeah. But they're holding just under the 40.86 liquidity. Volume, high volume topic right there. Trump is asking the Department of Justice to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's ties with Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, and J.P. Morgan. He's going scorched earth. If I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me. Crazy. Yeah, me neither, Damien. Your mindset has rolled into a lot into the server. You could tell the newer people just by the way they articulate their thoughts in regards to the market. Can't express my appreciation enough when it comes to respect for the market. Well, thanks, Kyle. I appreciate it. I do have a great respect for the market. I'm very proud of what I've done simply because of the pain that I've been through. It's not easy. And I do my best to pass that along to you all. $25.08, still going. I do not recommend shorting this. So, you do have a gift for teaching. Who would have thought? Appreciate that. What's the pay? Yeah. Latest Epstein leak indicates Trump gave... What? There ain't no way. There ain't no way. I'm glad I pre-read that before I read it. Jeez Louise. There ain't no way. I made $780 I got out, and I'm pretty happy for a Friday. Thanks for the advice. Nice. Yeah, be done, man. Tell you right now, you're going to face the FOMO of wanting to trade more, and you're not going to be happy to stop. But when the market closes and you're green for the day, you're going to be very happy you stopped. So, man, this is insane. 25.09. We're about to be 500 points on NASDAQ. It's just rocket ships. Rocket ships. I think we're already there, Damien. This is crazy. I have no idea where this thing's going to stop. They're not buying any calls, too. This is all volume. This is no calls. So this is going to be high volume. Look at all the volume on this candle. They're all collectively higher than everything. Look, every single candle today has been higher than every candle that we even got on Tuesday, November 11th. It's just high volume. There's no options here, so it's all volume. It's all buying. It's just freaking rocket ship. Look at this move. Look at this. We're about to hit 500 points. This is obscene. All of tech has gone green except for AVGO and Meta and Google, which they're about to do it. If they hit 0DT options, it's going to go nuts. Like, I don't understand. This is crazy. I watched Trump sucker punch a reporter, and it took the second punch to realize that it didn't happen. Boom. There's 500. 500 points on NASDAQ. It's just going. Wow. Wow. VIX is still dropping, 20.59. Daily chart, Big old bottom wick off of 709. If you would have bought last week's lows, you would have been insane. Look at that. Still going. Look at this. That's insane. 25 160 and going. Wow. What a freaking day. This is obscene. Just put on some small positions and take your hands off. This is just ridiculous. Holy crap. Jeez Louise, look at this. 160 and going up to 175. Now they're buying calls. 314 million of calls. They just piled into 0DD calls while selling puts. This is obscene. This is not your grandfather's market. What a freaking move this is. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. 166 and still going. Wow. Gold's going too? Yeah, gold's breaking out here too. Look, now they're starting to pile into calls at the highs. 172, 173. We're going for 600 points on NASDAQ. Wow. The fact that I locked in a 30-point win on a short on this after my long, I take that as a technical win. Do we aim for yesterday's low of the day? It's already blasted through low of the day. I'm out of here before I do something stupid. Yeah. Phenomenal, dude. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm so glad I woke up on time to set a take profit on my swing puts. Yeah, tell me about it. Imagine if you woke up an hour late, you would be crying right now. Hey, where's Farmer Jabroni? Go take a look at the premiums you sold now. Go look at the premiums. Where are they at? Who had the VIX call? Did they sell at the open? Who had that VIX call? Yeah, good. See? 834, beautiful. Y'all made some good decisions today, baby. Yeah. Wait, so on one hand, Trump says that the entire Epstein stuff was completely made up. It's a hoax. But now he's saying that they want the probe to investigate everyone else with Epstein. So is it real or is it fake? Is it a hoax? Is it not a hoax? You listen to Daddy. That's right. You listen to me, son. You listen to me. You never look at the... Yeah, but that's a good way to look at old premium, though, because he sold it. And now they're destroyed. He would have got destroyed if you hold it. So I'm trying to get 2Dub to begin some abundance positive thinking. To get out of that. To understand that he made some fantastic decisions this week. And I want him to relish in those decisions. I just hit 2x my daily goal on one account. I'm over the daily goal for the other. Nice, Proggy. Swing is paying. Straddle puts. Oh, beautiful. NASDAQ is still going. No shorting whatsoever. 401k hardship withdrawals have hit the highest level ever in history. Recently disappointed with Trump. Yeah. My strategy has banned Friday. I don't know how to model Friday movement. That's okay. It has been an absolute banger week. I just need not to get excited. You've done nothing yet until that money. There you go. Until the money's in your account. NASDAQ has virtually nothing left on the book. It's a void expanse of nothingness. ES has a whole bunch down low. 6750, 25, and 6700. But there's 0 3C short indications. I should be able to pass my eval next Friday, next week, finally. 75K account is a decent amount easier. Nice. Is there a time limit on the eval? Nope. But if you do keep it for 30 days, you'll get reset. Like they'll charge again. But ever know a girl and maybe she wasn't that attractive, so you were never nice to her because you're a superficial jerk, and then a few years later you see her and she's smoking hot, but she won't give you the time of day. Yeah. Yeah. What volume profile do you use? I use KV4 coins. 3Cs? Possibly. Possibly. But this is an out-of-control freight train, so, man, I'd rather catch the euphoria back down than try to time the top here. Like, I'm not trying to get a good entry at all up here at the top. Well, they sold back all the calls. They're trimming back some of the puts. Maybe we'll have a little bit of a top tick here. I don't know. We'll see. One 116 112. I have to mute. I'll be right back. Going to try to play this back to the B. Nice. Absorption, auction, sweeps, momentum shift. Got a little bit. Do I believe in market auctions such as running stops? We close below the Asia session high. Could this all be to clear those orders? I do believe in that, yes. So everything centers around volume and liquidity to me. Everything. The whole market is nothing but a bunch of buys, a bunch of sells. Volume and liquidity. One and the same. So the market is going to continue to climb until they run out of demand. It's going to continue to sell until it runs out of supply. Sellers and buyers. So if I'm thinking for the possibility that the market wants to run higher, now do I think it's a cloak and dagger behind the scenes, some shady figure who's going to try to sweep everybody out and then long and laugh on the way up? No, I don't think that's occurring at all, actually. I just think what happens is that the market is going to trigger liquidity to induce activity. So at the support, you have a quick red move down and stops out a bunch of short position or long positions. It gets people trying to short it, and then a little bit of pressure to the upside induces a flow of activity. So when you induce a short squeeze, you've got all the short positions on that may or may not want to do something. The price actually begins to climb. And try to think about it in terms of a order book, not candles. Not to forget about the visual nature of things. You've got a flurry of buying into a prior short exposed market that induces a tremendous amount of buying. So that's activity, and that is supportive market to just to fly higher. So in the matter, do I believe in that it actually occurs? Yes. I just don't think it's, very. I don't think it's malicious or anything. It's just that's the way they induce activity. That's why I think the visual nature of trading does a lot of injustices to the average retail trader that's learning trading, because you get so caught up in the visual nature of trading where you see this big healthy red candle and you forget about what's actually going on behind the scenes. Numbers, zeros and ones, dollar amounts, and you start shorting these red candles, and then you get bounced and you get clobbered, or the other way around, because you're so focused on what it looks like because of the big fat red candles instead of thinking about the numbers. You're welcome, Jukebox. Boost seems to be run out of steam. Maybe. Yeah. I just hit lockout on Top Step, so I'm officially done, locked out. The only thing I've got left is IBKR. If I intend to take another trade today, which I don't really, it will be on IBKR. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. We have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. 75 degrees of clear skies after a little bit of taste of winter. How's the fasting diet coming along? I broke the fast this week, so I only fasted for 3 days. I only did 3s. And then I'm going to wait a couple of weeks. And I'm going to try to do a 5. And then I'll wait a couple of weeks and I'll try to do 7. Yeah, I'm telling you, hitting that lockout button is the best thing you could do. Did the bees wake back up when it gets warm? Yeah, if we have a nice red day or a warm day, yeah, I mean I'll see them out flying about. A little bit of red coming off. Ooh, look at this. Nice. Got a little red coming over. We have 67.50. Put premiums on SPX are way too elevated. They are. VIX is still holding 20.71, so we are not out of the woods at all until we see a huge deflation on the VIX. Huge. You want to see a sexy vehicle? Any vehicle people in here? Here you go. Take a look at that. Wait, something happened where... There you go. Take a look at that. A modernized old Dodge. Guess the price. What do you give? $495 for that baby. No, $425 for that. $425. But man, it's sexy. 410 horsepower, heavy duty, 6.4 liter Hemi. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but man, it's sexy. One, yeah, not becoming a mechanic. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. What y'all think? Been a pretty good day so far. Lunchtime low. There, yeah, massive dial shifter. Yeah. Is there a video on how to convert that ES level to NASDAQ with support resistance lines by? No, not to convert. No. I wonder how many people panic sold at the open are hating life right now. A lot. I appreciate you, Dave. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. I guess Burry has to cover. Yeah, probably. Bradley? Heck yeah. Gym time now. Heck yeah. All right, y'all. I'm out. We obviously have a phenomenally bullish day. One for the books. Every single time I think I've seen it all. The market tends to surprise me. So we just tapped last week's Friday's lows, same day, both Fridays, just 1 week apart, and I have an equivalently massive bottom wick as we did then. The option chain right now is showing 450. Here, I'll give you a picture. They're buying back some of the puts, and they're not touching calls. So the market is holding up very well, all things considered. In my opinion, I would expect some sort of crazy move into the end of the day. I don't know, but I'm done until then. So I might consider a power hour position. I'll come back and see if that's the case. I doubt it. Beautiful weather. It's Friday. I'm spent. We'll see. We'll see. So anything I'll find out, I'll ping y'all. If anything crazy happens, I'll ping y'all. Other than that, y'all have a fantastic rest of the day. I'll see y'all bright and early Monday morning and Sunday night for the Tier 2 weekly brief. So I'm out. See you.